Hello everyone, welcome to IT Crowd's Pack Talks. Before continuing with the agenda today, let me just introduce you to this particular channel which is created by Prakash Panji. What this particular channel does is it's a channel that is driven by dedicated professionals who want to transition their domain expertise into IT and AI industry. They can come from any background, any functional background, or any technical background, or any uh, other industry where they want to learn few fundamentals of IT industry or few programming languages, how they can transition. All that information we can provide you here for free. Of course, our mission is very simple: to bridge the gap between domain knowledge and technology, to empower professionals to build future ready cross careers into IT and artificial intelligence. So the motto is learn, transform, grow, and become consultant the industry today needs. Now coming back to what we are here today. So I am creating a playlist that will definitely help you out to learn Python. So let me just quickly go to my playlist. Manage videos. And if you see here, I have this particular playlist, and the goal is I just wanted to tell you it's a life of pi. Here, pi you can interpret as a snake, or you can interpret as a person who is absolutely new to all the industry standards, or he is absolutely new to programming, he is absolutely new to IT industry. So, what it does is it starts with understanding how I can get into IT industry. So, it's like from zero to AI hero, one Python lesson at a time. So, we are beginning with Python lessons. Pi is a person who does not know anything from coding background, and imagine he is entering into a zone where he wants to learn Python. Imagine a world where Python is not a programming language, it is a character named Pi. Pi starts as an ordinary beginner, confused on the coding jargon, wondering where to start, whether technology is for only for engineers. Along with the journey, Pi discovers that coding is not about memorizing syntax. So it's all about how you think, how you solve, how you create solutions that can help you change careers as well as lives. So let's deep dive into what today Pi is going to do. Today it's the awakening time where Pi is going to learn what is Python, installing Python, and also setting up your environment. This we have already covered in our previous lectures, and writing the first program. So let's begin how we can enter into this particular Python program. Before entering into this particular course, let me just introduce you to the various types of integrated development environment that are there. That is where you can code. So the most easiest way you can code is go to Google, type Colab. You will see here there is a online Colab facility, that is online coding facility is available where you can just create new notebook and you can start your programming on that particular notebook. If you see here, this is a IPYNB file, that is Jupyter notebook file, and you can start coding from Google Colab as well. If you are new, you can use Google Colab facility just to start with. There are other integrated environments as well. For example, if I search here various IDE for Python programming. Now, if you can see, you have Codex Desktop, you have Python IDE, JetBrains, you also have VS Codes, you have PyCharm, you have Spider, you have so many IDEs that are available. Now for simplicity, we have installed VS Code to our system, and this has already been told you in the previous lectures. Now let's understand about the introduction of Python. Now I have just written here Python introduction for Pi. Pi is anybody. It can be you, it can be me, it can be anyone who wants to begin their journey in learning Python programming. And also, why is Python most popular programming languages across industry nowadays? That we will understand. So this is an introductory video. Let's understand what Python is. Many people say programming languages. The definition of programming language is not important. What is Python? That is important. We can just break it down. We can just break it down for simplicity and understanding. Python is a high level, general purpose, object oriented, interpreted programming language. Now, if you can see in this particular definition, they are saying it's a high level programming language. It's a general purpose programming language means every industry can adopt Python programming. It's an object oriented programming language means it also have a OOPS concept that is there, object oriented programming, and it is interpreted programming language. That means Python executes code line by line instead of compiling the code. That again we are going to see in further lecture. Now coming back to what exactly Python does is Python allows human to write code exactly like the way it looks like general English language. Means nowadays English is so popular, right? In the entire world, majority of the countries have adopted English as their language, and majority of the country English is spoken very widely. So Python follows a syntax which is very close to English. Why Python dominates the industry? That is also we are going to see. See here, for example, I have just wanted to print hello world. I can just write print into braces in colon hello world. Then this is how it can do the print command. Why Python dominates the industry is because this we will just come afterwards. Let's understand Python was created by Gudon Rossum in 1989. It was officially announced in 1991. So although it is created 2 years back, official version was released in 1991. Now, interesting fact about Python is never named after snake, but it was actually named or inspired by a British comedy show called Monty Python Flying Circus, because Guido van Rossum was very much uh, liking this particular show. That's why he named this programming language as Python. And the logic was very simple. This was a comedy show, so programming should also follow the same uh, things. Like it should be fun, it should be simple, and it should be readable. So that is how Python name has been given to this particular programming language. Now let's understand why Python dominates the technology industry. Now, if you understand why it dominates is because it has a less code, it has a huge community support. Means since this is an open source language, so it has a wider community support. There are thousands of libraries that are available. If you want to understand what are the libraries that are available for Python, there are so many libraries that are available. For example, if you want to play with numbers, you have NumPy, that is numerical Python. If you want to do data analysis, you have pandas. If you want to do flow charting or all that stuff, you have matplotlib, etc. So many libraries that are available, which you can definitely refer to and you can utilize for your different needs. Again, the popularity is more because it is supported by cross-platform operating systems. You can use it with Linux, you can use it with Mac, you can use it with Windows. And of course, industry demand is also there because Python supports what industry needs today, that is artificial intelligence. Now let's understand. Here in the definition we said interpreted. Now let's understand what does interpreted means. So there are two methods in which the coding happens. One method is compiler and one method is interpreter. Now, just to give you in a very layman term what is compiler and what is interpreter, I have a friend A and I have a friend B. A is a good writer, he writes book in Hindi. However, poor B comes from a European country and he doesn't understand Hindi at all. He only knows English. Now, there are two ways in which B can read the book of A. First way is the entire book needs to be translated into English and given to B for the reading purpose. So here we are translating the entire book. That means we are completely converting entire Hindi written book into English written book, right? So that is how the compiler works. It gets code, it compiles that machine code and it executes the entire code at once. So some of the examples being C, C++, Java, etc. Now it comes compiler comes with some advantages. That is, it has a faster execution, it has a optimized code, and no translation during the execution. Some disadvantages being compilation takes time, error appear after complete compilation. So you user needs to wait till the entire compilation happens for understanding where we have a error in place. Coming back to what exactly happens in the interpreter setup. So the same example, now A has given the book to B. However, there is a person C who is reading the book and he is translating line by line. Means the book is there in Hindi itself. However, we are translating this entire book line by line to the second friend, that is B. That means how interpreter reads the code? It gets the code, it interprets, it executes one line. Then if that line gets executed, then it goes to next line and then again it executes. There are some examples of these particular programming languages which are Python, R, etc. Now let's understand what are the advantages of this particular setup. Advantages being easy debugging, immediate execution. This programming language being in English, it is a perfect for beginners to understand because you get to know where your code is failing. That is easy debugging you can do. It although it has good advantages, it comes with some of the disadvantages being it is slower than compiled programming languages and every execution requires interpretation. Now these disadvantages, although they are there, in modern era we have extremely powerful computers, so this is very negligible in most of the application and also developer productivity matters more. Now how Python executes the code, as I told you, it first you have a Python code, you convert it into bytecode, that is .pyc, then Python virtual machine gets that code and it converts into machine code and then gives you the output. That means PVM, that is Python virtual machine, will execute the code and that executed code will give you the output. This happens line by line. Now let's understand where Python is used. Python is used across industry, across platform, across various use cases. Whichever you want to have, you can use Python. Example, I have listed few of them where it is widely used. The first and most prominent place where Python is used is data science and artificial intelligence. If you see, there are various branches that are there in data, that is data science, data engineering, data analytics. All these places, Python is absolutely used. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, etc. In case of software engineering and development, you can also use Python for web development. There are some applications which are there which you can use for web development in Python. Desktop applications you can use, game development also you can use. IT and infrastructure security, you can use cyber security, cloud computing, networking, automation, etc. In the hardware, you can use IoT, Internet of Things, etc. In robotics, you can use in various verticals. In industry specific verticals, if you ask me, you can use it in finance for automating various things in banking, quantitative analysis, algorithmic trading, etc. that people call it as algo trading that you can use. In healthcare, you can use it in various healthcare industries. Space research, of course, you can use. NASA uses Python as a programming language. Many big corporate sectors have also adopted Python as their programming language. Big tech, cloud, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, some of the examples. Streaming platform, Netflix, Spotify uses Python. Social media platform like Instagram, they use Python. And one of the example which I already gave you, NASA. NASA also uses Python. What makes Python so powerful? Now we need to understand why exactly Python is very powerful. Since it's a English syntax, it's a beginner friendly syntax, easy to understand. There is a huge community support, massive libraries that are available. You just need to write pip install so and so, it will install the library for you. Then, for example, if I want to import some library, I can just write import math, it will import math library for me. If I want to import pandas, I can just write import pandas, it will import pandas for me. If I want to import numpy, I can just write import numpy, it will import numpy for me, and I can start working on it. Then it is cross platform, as I already told you, it's an open source language, so there is, as per industry requirement, it keeps on getting new versions and keeps on getting new updates. Huge demand is there. It has a fast development cycle, as well as the documentation is there. Also, it provides you excellent career opportunities. That is what we all are here. It gives you a good career opportunities, whether it is across various industry, which I already told you, whether it is AI, whether it is machine learning, whether it is deep learning, all that sector are freely, I mean, they are open for you. Although these are the advantages, it comes with smaller disadvantages like slower execution, higher memory usage, not ideal for mobile app development. This is one of the lacuna that Python has. Of course, it will definitely going to be uh, resolved over the years to come. Less suitable for low level embedding programming, and global interpreter lock GIL limits true parallel execution of Python bytecode in a single process. So this is an advanced topic we can skip and we can learn later on. So with this introduction, let's begin our first coding experience, and we can just type the very first code that every person in the coding industry does, that is print hello world. And the journey begins. Thank you everyone. We will meet in the next lecture.